We came so far from dreams. The path was hard for me. They thought we fall, you see. Well, look at us now, look at us now. We make it hot when we on the scene, yeah, that's 1,000 degrees. I got a grind for me and my team, yeah, you know we gon' eat. You see the crowds when we come around, you know that I roll with some kings. We sit it down, I don't hear a sound, but I ask you who better than we. Tell me who better than we. We soaring to places you never could reach. When we walk in that spot, don't hear none of you speak. Shh, do you want peace or the peace? A king about to put you to sleep. Listen, my team is elite. You not even qualified to compete. He starving, he barely can eat. I guess that's why he always itching for beef. So I put him on ice and I told him to chill. Close your mouth if you can't pay for the meal. Making statements that you know you don't mean. Nice guy trying to act like he mean. Keep it a buck, keep it a bean. Attitudes will put you dudes in the beam. Izuku, he don't live in reality. Shake back, all become a fatality. Yeah, how you gon' hate when you mirror us? He think he a star, he ain't serious. X him out, we not on the same frequency. If you broke, you ain't hearing us. Work the screw, anime, that's how I feel, period. We winning, that's making them furious. We make it high when we on the scene, yeah, that's 1,000 degrees. I got a grind for me and my team, yeah, you know we gon' eat. You see the crowds when we come around, you know that I roll with some kings. We sit it down, I don't hear a sound, but I ask you who better than we.
Yo, what it do, guys? It is your boy, Leon Mookie here, back here with another new part of What If Izuku Was the Reincarnation of Date Masamune. This is part 12, and in the last part, we went over on everybody training for that of the UA Sports Festival, with that of Izuku and Kojiro sparring with each other, and members of Izuku's crew plan on cheering for the both of them during that of the UA Sports Festival as well, which gets Izuku even more pumped up not to look like a fool in front of his gang. However, those in Class 1A are a bit, well, tense, mainly because Shoto declaring war on that of Izuku, and Izuku not even fazed or impressed by Shoto's declaration of war, as he's basically calling him out for his hypocrisy on not even using that of his the full aspect of his quirk, not using his flames. Tell him if he plans on declaring war on him, he better not hold anything back against him. With even planning that of the, well, the UA pledge, of course, during the sports festival, with Izuku ended up actually having that of a stage fright fear. But even so, he was able to give out his own personal speech, even if it was a bit on the spot in front of everybody. So with that, the sports festival finally begins. So with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? As the first event being that of an obstacle course race, with then Midnight begins to explain what they'll be doing for this event. With then she's saying, for this obstacle course race, you'll be basically going around in a circle back into that of the arena. And just as the name implies, around the arena, you'll be facing against that of several obstacles. As what these obstacles have entail, well, you'll just have to see and find out. First one that makes it back into that of the arena wins. Hearing this from Midnight, many of them couldn't help but get excited. Even Bakugo couldn't help but have that of a feral grin, with Izuku basically narrowing his eyes a bit, saying, I'm excited. However, I'm not too damn stupid to know that there has to be a second meaning behind the winning. With then Kojiro saying, so you figured it out too, big boss. Yeah, I've noticed that as well. With then soon Izuku saying, yeah, but even so, even if there is a double meaning behind winning that of getting in first place, I've still got to reach it. After all, I made a promise to All Might. I had to show that I am here, for the world to know who I am when I take the spot as his successor and the #1 hero. As Izuku gets off that of a feral grin that shows off that of his teeth, as his solid eye begins to almost gleam into that of the sunlight. Within, Kojiro couldn't help but look shocked and have his mouth wide open for a bit, before smirking, for saying, I expect nothing less from you, Izuku. Within soon, Midnight saying, all right, everybody, get ready. In the next few minutes, the obstacle course race will begin. Within, After saying that, everybody begins to head to that of the exit, heading outside of the arena. With then the minutes now coming down. Before then, Midnight saying, "Ready, set, go!" Within bringing down her whip. As soon everybody rushing towards that of the exit, wanting to be the first one out of the arena to get the upper hand on everybody. Within, President Mike, alongside that of Aizawa, giving out that of commentary. With President Mike speaking, saying, "You hear it out, folks. The first event of the sports festival has now begun. I, President Mike, your DJ extraordinaire, will be giving out commentary throughout this entire event, alongside that of my co-host and fellow faculty member, Eraserhead." As Shoto, not even completely bandaged up, given that he was saved during that of he didn't have a chance to fight back during that of the USJ event, as he couldn't help but sigh and that of annoyance, saying, "How the hell did I get myself into this again?" Within, covering that of the mic, within, President Mike saying, whispering into that of his ear, saying, "Because I offer you half of my paycheck for this month if you decide to do commentary with me. And knowing you blow through your paychecks like crazy." Within, Suit, hearing that, Aizawa couldn't help but sigh again, saying, "Right, now I remember." Seeing that his co-host has finally accepted his fate, within President Mike getting back to the mic, once again saying, "Now, with all that said, how about we get into what our participants need to worry about the most? What do you got to say, Eraser?" With then soon, Aizawa can help but sigh before saying, that would be the door after all. Within saying that, everybody down at the arena began to try and push each other out of each other's way, with some of them almost trying to trample one another, but luckily it hasn't got that far yet. Within, soon, President Mike saying, "Oh dear, it seems that we do have our first obstacle, one that wasn't even meant to be an obstacle." As he says this with that of a wink, even though those who are watching this on TV can notice that, President Mike did wink. Within, Kojiro, basically, and alongside that of Sasuke, are the only ones not even trying to get out of the arena from the exit. As Kojiro crossing his arms along that Sasuke, basically having his arms, crossed behind his head. Within soon, look as the two, second in command and servant basically look at each other. Within, Sasuke saying, "Surprised you're not trying to push through alongside that of your boss," saying, knowing the big boss, he'll be able to make it through without any problems. "I'm surprised you haven't done the same. Your quirk is quite versatile to create duplicates of yourself. You should be able to get through easily, especially on how nimble you are too." Saying, "Guilty as charged, but I'm the kind of guy that prefers not to do too much work if I don't need to." And knowing Lady Momo, she'll basically push through this without even breaking a sweat, so I have nothing to worry about. After both of them said their piece, within soon noticing that the entranceway begins to freeze over. Within, both of them begin to feel the cold air, and within saying, "Todoroki," as in that of the entranceway, busting right through, being that of Shoto, as he froze everybody's, feet to the ground. Within, President Mike saying, "Oh, it looks like that of Todoroki was able to bust right through past everybody by freezing everybody at the same time. Nice work from that of the number 2 hero, son." Within, after hearing the commentary, Shoto saying, I can't slack off here, especially while dear old dad is basically watching me." As he says this, such as the number 2 pro of Japan, Endeavor, otherwise known as Enji Todoroki, is seeing what his son's capable of. However, he's narrowing his eyes and having that of a frown, as he's mentally saying in his head, saying, "Shoto." However, little did Shoto know that several others began to come right through, being that of Bakugo, Momo, Izuku, and Aoyama. Within, seeing this, saying, I should have expected anything less. As he thinks this, he's trying to run as fast as he can. Before then, a shadowy blur basically passes through him. Within, seeing this as it being a familiar raven-head teenager, being Tokuyami, within soon couldn't help but smirk. Before then, turning into a blur once again. As then, seeing this, Shoto deciding to just said screw it, and using that of his ice to glide himself through the ground to get that of an upper hand and catch up with that of Tokuyami. As everybody else in Class 1A is trying to catch up, even Bakugo getting annoyed at the fact that he has to play catch up towards that of Tokuyami and Shoto, with even Izuku and Momo getting past this, as she uses her flames begin to run as fast as she can, alongside Izuku using that of his enhanced lightning to help him amplify his speed to catch up as well. Within, President might continue giving out commentary saying, well, it seems like the first obstacle has now been cleared, don't you say, Racer? Within, Aizawa came up at side saying, technically it wasn't, but it was that of an obstacle that they all needed to overcome. As the true official one is coming up now. After saying this, soon Tokuyami came right up to close to that of the first event, as he then uses that of Dark Shadow to move out of the way. Within, the shadowy quirk and the raven bird teen can help but narrow his eyes before saying, 0 pointer, it seems. But not just one. Within, soon seeing that of 2 other 0-point robots alongside that of several other 1-pointer, 2-pointer, and 3-point robots as well, right in front of them. As President Mike giving out more commentary saying, and here it is, the first event, the first obstacle that you all need to worry about. I hope you're prepared for Robo Inferno. After saying this, seeing that of all of the robots all over the place. Within soon, Tokuyami couldn't help but scoff, as even though he can use that of his true Odachi, the wooden sword alone is good enough, especially with that of his true capabilities, besides that of Dark Shadow. As then, two 2-pointers alongside that of a 1-pointer tries to rush towards Tokuyami. Within soon, Tokuyami not even breaking a sweat as he unsheaths that of his wooden sword and that of blinding speed, which soon slices up that of the robots coming straight at him. As a few students can help but be completely caught off guard with one person from Class 1B, as he has that braided hair and that of a Chinese ponytail. Within, as he having that of narrow eyes, within can help but look completely and utterly shocked as he's saying, wait, did he just cut those robots with that of a wooden sword? Is that even possible? With another Class B, student, as he having that of a bland and plain face with that of spiky brunette hair, within saying, seriously, these are the guys from that of Class 1A? Within, soon, in that of blinding speed that nobody could react unless that you are a select few, as then Dark Shadow is basically climbing up one of the robots. However, little did they know that as Shoto begins to use that of his full aspect of his right side of his ice quirk. You're fast, Tokuyami. I'll give you that. However, you can't get through things with speed alone. You also need power. As he says that, he soon sends that of a giant blast of ice from his hands, from the ground all the way to that of one of the 0-pointers, as it plans on attacking that of Shoto. But then, it's completely and utterly frozen over. Within seeing this, he begins to run towards that of the next obstacle and to that of Tokuyami as well. Within, a few of the participants couldn't help but be shocked and surprised, with one of them saying, hey, he left one open, let's go. Within, as everybody plans on heading to that of the opening of the 0-pointer, Shoto couldn't help but say, I wouldn't do that if I were you. I froze it when I was basically unbalanced, causing it to fall a lot more easier. As he soon says this, as it does begin to fall, within everybody tried to dodge out, began to move out of the way before they could get crushed. However, soon a burst of both fire and lightning basically destroys that of the zero pointer, as it looks like that of the zero pointer was pierced through by a spear, while it also looks like it was slashed through by a sword as well. But then one of Izuku's wooden swords is crackling with lightning, while Momo's spear is burning with fire. But then soon, both of them look at each other, as they both couldn't help but say, "I got that!" But then saying, "What, you? No, I!" But then both of them couldn't help but growl a bit, as then Izuku running saying, "Oh, whatever, you can have it. I'm going to go and catch up with those two idiots." As then he decides to use his lightning once again, as he still hasn't even used that of One for All yet in this entire event. Within suit, Momo couldn't help but pout, saying, "Like hell I'll let you basically get past me," as her flames basically crackle around her body, making her move faster than before as well. But then, however, catching up being that of Kojiro and Sasuke. However, Sasuke is moving a lot more faster, given that agility and speed is his forte. Within Kojiro also trying to catch up too, given that he has a lot more stamina due to his training with that of Izuku. As everybody else begins to try and catch up, however, they still got to deal with that of the robots in front of them and the zero pointers as well. Within, President Mike saying, "It looks like we got a few more basically passing through." I gotta say, I'm still surprised that both Midoriya and Yaoyorozu were able to take on that of a zero pointer with that of one hit. It even looked like they didn't even break a sweat. Within sued, President Mike basically actually sweating himself, given how much power that both, teenagers have. Looking at that of the monitor and seeing that of Izuku and Momo trying to outpace one another, but still neck and neck. But then thinking, the two of them, they almost act like that of rivals. True rivals in the true sense of the word. They've only met for that of a month or so, and yet they've already reached this kind of rivalry. But then, remembering that of Izuku and Momo's interactions with one another, as he soon remembers saying, it seems like I've heard that they met early on before the beginning of UA due to an incident that Yaoyorozu was in. Midoriya stepped in, but it seemed, and the both of them basically took care of the issue. Yaoyorozu was basically in that of a villain situation. Midoriya came in to help her out. However, it seemed the both of them had that of coordinated to take them both down. Since then, it seems like the two of them have had this, somewhat symbiotic and understanding rivalry. And not just them, within soon, looking at that of Tokoyami, who is still up in the lead right now due to his speed. Within saying, "Tokoyami, he's one of the biggest problem child in my class," alongside that of Midoriya and also Bakugo as well. He's quite rude, if anything, but he knows when to follow orders most of the time. Doesn't seem like he's that talkative or even speaks to people that much either. So it shows that he's basically that of a lone wolf. But even so, I hear that he does admire that of Yaoyorozu's strength and abilities, but he always belittles that of Midoriya. It's almost like they've met, but now they don't go to the same school. Not only that, it doesn't seem like they've met even outside of school before as well. So, how are these three even connected with one another to this kind of level, to have this kind of rivalry in just their first year? As Aizawa basically tries to figure out that of his three students, the obstacle course race still continues to go on, but then soon finally reaching that of the second obstacle, with President Mike saying, "Now it's time for the second obstacle in this race that I hope you're all ready, because I hope you're ready to take that of a leap of faith and show your acrobatic skills even more. Because if you don't have that of a good grip, because it's all but nothing but a downward spiral, it's the fall. Within soon, as both Ochako, Tsuyu, alongside that of Mina, can help but be completely shocked and surprised. Within, Ochako saying, seriously, how are we supposed to get through this? They look so unsafe. Within, Tsuyu saying, I think I can make it, but even so, it would seem like that of a problem for a few of you guys. Within, soon, a girl begins to giggle right next to them. Within, Mina saying, wait, huh? Who is she? And is she able to use that as support gear? That is so not fair. As the pink-haired girl with that of support gadgets on her, as she can help but say, that of the hero course is given that a special training to develop their quirks and help them improve. However, for those in the support course and even general studies, have to figure out some way to get the upper hand, and thus our support gears is our best chance. And after all, the UA Sports Festival is the perfect time to show off my babies. Then soon, Izuku just arrived to that of the second obstacle before then saying, wait, what? Did she just say babies? Then even Kojiro arrived too, saying, I believe so, boss. Within, she basically launches that of a grappling hook to that of the other side. Within, soon, it looks like she's beginning to hover it up into the air. Before then, flinging herself toward that of the next platform, as she couldn't help but laugh out loud into that of pure utter joy. Then, soon, Izuku saying, huh, so that's the chick from the support course, huh? If girls like her are basically all around, I don't think that place is going to be a place of boring and full of that of nerdy eggheads or gear nuts. Kojiro couldn't help but smirk, saying, I believe so, boss. Now, we should get going, saying, already on that. Within, soon, he begins to jump from platform to platform, as without even breaking a sweat, saying, show off. Within, soon, Kojiro also gets to that, on that of the wire, getting to the next platform. As then he uses his quirk to narrow his senses to focus only on that of his feet and his sight as well, being able to as he has that of good balance to run on the rope without even breaking a sweat. Then soon, everybody else tries to catch up as well, with Shoto already heading to that of the other side and Tokiyami already over, with even Bakugo already catching up too, saying, like hell I'll let you get anywhere further, birdhead and icy hot! After shouting this out, with even catching up as much as he can, with then soon seeing that of how far everybody is coming, within All Might in the sands couldn't help but think, young Midoriya, I've seen that you haven't even used that of One for All yet. And even so, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to hold back? Or, within thinking, are you trying to show that you don't need One for All for what you plan? Or rather, are you holding back your true abilities to show off what you can do later on? Outside of UA and the sports festival, a familiar tan-skinned, muscular rabbit woman pro heroine is basically jumping around that of Mustafa. Within think as she's actually hearing that of the sports festival through that of her phone live, with using that of a phone strap on her arm. Within thinking, not bad, but it doesn't really say anything about that of Izuku. You better shape up or anything like that, or I'm going to basically resent my feelings for that bastard. Maybe for that of a month or so. As then she says this, with then jumping off to that of another place. Back at UA, with now the final obstacle is up ahead, with then President Mike saying, Alright, Robo Inferno is done, the fall is over, and now time for the final obstacle. I hope you're ready for that of a blast in time, because now you have to deal with the minefield. With then soon seeing this, but Tokuyami alongside that of Shoto basically stops in place. But then soon Tokuyami thinking, I may be fast, really fast, but even so, I basically would just do nothing but make a path for everybody else to come right towards me. I'm not as stupid as people believe I am. However, within soon, he unsheathes his wooden Odachi, within Dark Shadow coming out as well, saying, Dark Shadow, and make a way for me. Within soon, Dark Shadow holding on to that of the Itachi. Within soon, darkness begins to coat around it as well. Before then, soon sending that of a flurry of slashes all the way down in the minefield as they all basically go off, with pink smoke basically coming out of the ground within soon. Seeing this, Shoto couldn't help but be completely, utterly shocked and off guard, as then sheathing that as Dark Shadow sheaths the wooden Odachi, as then Tokuyami runs as fast as he can, blitzing through that of the mines he was able to slash through. Seeing this, Shoto couldn't help but get annoyed, saying, Damn you, Tokuyami. As basically saying screw caution to the wind, he decides to use that of his ice quirk to blitz right through, even if it means making a pathway for others. Speaking of those others who were able to catch up, being that of Ida, alongside that of Jiro, and a few others on Class 1B as well. Seeing the opening, they decide to take up that of both the paths that Tokuyami and Shoto created. However, Bakugo, on the other hand, saying, Like hell, I'll let you idiots basically surpass me! Within, catching up, as the first one he tries to hit with that of an explosion being that of Shoto, saying, You made the wrong declaration to the wrong person, Icy Hot! The one you should have been more worried about is me! With then, soon, using that of another explosion, putting his palms together to blast himself even more forward towards that of Tokuyami. Within, Tokuyami basically noticed somebody coming up to him as he uses Dark Shadow to defend himself. Within, Bakugo's explosions basically weakens Dark Shadow, causing that of Tokuyami to even that of wince a bit, before coating his own body into that of darkness to try and help Dark Shadow withstand the light from the explosion. With then Sood think, You're such an annoyance, Bakugo. Stop being so full of yourself, birdhead! Me full of myself? You're one to talk, you bloody hypocrite. As he sheaths the Odachi again, before sending that of waves of multiple slashes towards that of Bakugo. As Bakugo could feel like something is starting to cut into his skin, as he dodges at least a few slices, but his body is still hit by them. With then soon, everybody is completely and utterly shocked and surprised that Bakugo was able to be cut by Tokuyami, even though he has that of a wooden sword of all things. As then, President Mike saying, Whoa, I didn't think that Bakugo would be cut by a sword. Hey, I thought that the ones from the hero course that basically asked for that of personal weapons said that they shouldn't have that of lethal weapons. How is Tokuyami even cutting through him? Within soon, Aizawa, complete eyes widening in complete and utter shock, saying, That's impossible. It can't be. He's that skilled with a blade to basically use a wooden sword to still cut somebody's skin? A bruise I can understand, but still able to slice the skin thoroughly with that of a wooden sword? Tokuyami, who the hell trained you with that of with a blade? As Bakugo was basically pushed back, but then couldn't help but see the blood wounds on his arms and even see the cut marks on that of his UA gym uniform, but then couldn't help but growl, once again saying, Damn you, birdhead! With then Tokuyami trying to run back to catch the lead. However, Shoto also catches up as well. But then Kojiro also making it to the minefield. But then even that of Momo made it as well. Then she's saying, this is going to be quite the predicament. Well, then Sasuke coming up to that of his, boss. As he's saying, my lady, did you want to take that of Todoroki or that of Tokiyami's path? Saying, both seem like the most likely options. However, it's also the most expected. Plus, if I can hear correctly, within soon Kojiro coming up right beside them saying, Bakugo, Tokiyami, and Todoroki are currently fighting for first place right now. If you get into the middle of that, you're going to get caught up as well. Within soon, Sasuke saying, my thoughts exactly. So, honestly, taking up first place may be good and all, but it's just going to be a pain in the ass. Plus, there's most definitely going to be some stipulation when it comes to getting first place in the next event. Possibly a penalty. Within soon, Momo saying, my thoughts exactly, but I still want to at least get further up in the placements. Within soon, they could hear somebody basically digging up that of Minds as it being Izuku. Within Kojiro saying, boss, what are you doing? Within soon, Izuku saying, thinking of doing something a little bit funny. And something that will piss off that of Todoroki and Kachan as well. And I really hope this also pisses off that bastard Tokiyami as well. As Izuku having that of a sadistic grin on his face. Then soon Kojiro seeing that look saying, I haven't seen him have that look on his face in a long ass time. Whatever Tokiyami did to piss him off, I hope you're prepared to meet the consequences of the one-eyed dragon. But then Izuku saying, I'll channel at least a little bit of full Cal. Possibly 5% of One For All should do it. Then I'll use my lightning ki to coat my body and to defend myself. Within soon doing this, saying, alright, let's do this. Within soon, Izuku jumps into the air. Within soon, Sasuke couldn't help but open his eyes widening alongside that of Momo. As even Kojiro couldn't help but say, Big Boss, you can't be Siri! Before he could finish, his voice was basically muted out by the explosion that Izuku used to send himself forward up into the air. Within soon, President Mike, seeing this saying, oh, what is this? It looks like that of Midoriya. Used that of Minds, he basically unburied and is using them to basically propel himself forward. Now this is insane! This has never been seen before! Throughout all of UA's events of the UA Sports Festival, this has never been done! I've never seen anything this incredible and this daring! Within soon, all three of them, all in the head, couldn't help but look completely, utterly dumbfounded and shocked. Within soon, Shoto couldn't help but be completely, utterly annoyed, saying, Midoriya. With even Tokiyami couldn't help but narrow his eyes before saying, one-eyed dragon. But then Bakugo couldn't help but yell out, no way in hell you're getting past me, Deku! As not even bothering with the others as he tries to catch up, with even that of Tokiyami using his speed to catch up too, while even Shoto using his ice as well to also catch up. Within seeing that of all three of them about to pass through him, just get up and say, figures as much. They react way too easily. The explosions wasn't enough to basically propel me faster. So, a good thing I got that of 3 new springboards. Within soon, as he begins to fall down, before then, soon, he gets on that of both. He lands his feet on both that of Bakugo and Shoto. Before then, pulling out one of his wooden blades, coating it with lightning, before stabbing it to the ground, causing that of a mine to go off at the same time, pushing up even forward as well. And then, soon, he catches up with that of Tokiyami, too. As then, Tokiyami sees this, giving his Odachi to that of Dark Shadow once again, As then, Izuku couldn't help but grin, saying, "Tokoyami!" As the two begin to clash with their wooden weapons. As soon as they do, they feel something basically jolt in their heads, like something just jogged into their memories, as memories of two figures, one in that of blue samurai armor with that of 6 swords, as another being that of a pale-skinned man with that of silver hair, wearing that of black and black, purplish silver armor, with that of one long odachi katana. As the two clash, with one battle showing that of the blue cloak samurai, basically being beaten by that of the black one, while in the other showing that of the 6 sword samurai beating that of the long odachi samurai once more, without even breaking a sweat. As these are the memories of Izuku and Fumikage's past lives, as Date Masamune and Ishida Mitsunari, as the two basically get out of their memories before both of them mentally say, "Now I know, now I know." As the two say, "Why I despise you, why you piss me off." As Izuku deciding to use that of 10% of One for All to bounce as he lands on a mine. However, he uses that of the shockwave and the explosion itself to propel him even forward, causing that of Tokoyami to get overwhelmed before blasting off over that of the bird-headed teen, and then finally moving past that of the minefield. Within President Mike saying, "And Midoriya moves past it. He gets past Tokoyami and it takes the lead. Oh, this is utter insanity." Within, Tokoyami shaking his head as Dark Shadow wanting to comfort his quirk user. Before then, both of them narrow their eyes at that of Izuku. Within couldn't help but growl, saying, "Date Masamune." No, that is not his name. Within, at blinding speeds, even faster than where was before, saying, "Izuku Midoriya! You damn lizard!" Filled by his anger, he tries to catch up with that of Izuku. However, Izuku, like before, decided to take all caution out of the wind and using that of One for All to boost his speed. Then couldn't help but get annoyed, saying, "Damn, now I know why I can't stand him. Personally, I'd rather feel ignorant and basically despising him, but now knowing the reason why, I feel like a petty-ass bastard. My anger and pettiness aside, I need to win this more than anything. I need to take first place." As soon as within, however, Shoto and Bakugo trying to catch up as well to get that of first place too. However, even with that of all of their speed, both Izuku and Tokoyami are the ones trying to get first place more than anything. However, Izuku, pulling out one of his wooden swords, crosses the finish line with only a hair. With President Mike saying, "It's over! And the winner is of the first event of the sports festival, Izuku Midoriya!" As the crowd goes wild for that of the messy-haired, one-eyed brunette, with Tokoyami basically step trying to stop himself as a dust cloud basically happens. Within, him couldn't help but narrow his eyes at that of Izuku. Within thinking, Izuku Midoriya. Honestly, I don't know why I have these memories, and why I now understand why I can't stand you, but even so, they mean nothing. The only reason I want to defeat you now is because you annoy me all too much. As he says this mentally, within walking away, as knowing that Tokoyami got that a second place. However, the one who got in third place was actually Shoto. Fourth place being Bakugo. Fifth place being Momo. And the placements being the same as they were back in canon. However, with only that of a slight changes here and there, with that of Sasuke being that of 7th place, and Kojiro being in 10th place, with only that of a few people from that of Class 1B and 2 people from that of General Studies and 1 person from that of Support Course were able to make it to the second event of the Sports Festival. With then, Izuku couldn't help but take that of one large breath before then soon Ochako alongside Kojiro and Denki couldn't help but go over to Izuku, with Ochako saying, "That is awesome, Big Boss Deku." Saying, "Thanks, Uraka." And honestly, they kind of really pushed me pretty far, but I wanted to think outside the box more than just rely on my quirk. Within soon, Kaminari saying, "Dude, you are amazing. You gotta teach me on how to use that lightning to increase your speed and all that." Saying, maybe another time, probably after when this is all over. But I should let you know that our abilities are quite different, so what I teach you probably wouldn't work for yourself. Just letting you know now. Saying, even so, I want to at least try. Katakuri is able to use the same lightning. Within, Kojiro couldn't help but scoff, saying, "That's because the lightning I do is completely different from yours and the boss's. It's similar to that of the big bosses, but different at the same time. Not on the same level as his." That's all I'm going to say. Within, soon, Kaminari couldn't help but groan, saying, "Man, you guys are so secretive and annoying. You make it sound like it's some kind of legendary technique or something." Within, both Izuku and Ochako couldn't help but laugh at that of Kaminari as well, whining after all. With then, soon, Momo couldn't help but look down, saying, "And I wanted to reach any further, but unfortunately, it seems like I can't." Within, Sasuke trying to comfort that of Momo, saying, "It's okay, Lady Momo. You've reached as far as you could, and you've shown what you are capable of as well. Plus, remember what I said, there's a penalty to that of being first place, and most likely we'll figure it out now." With then, soon, Midnight soon speaks up once again, saying, "It seems we have now reached that of the 42 applicants for that of the second event. And now it's time for the second event will be," within, pointing it out at that of the monitor, saying, "A cavalry battle." Within, hearing this, Jiro couldn't help but speak up, saying, "Cavalry battle? Seriously? Those kind of games?" Within, in Class 1B, being a girl with that of a orange redhead, with that of a side ponytail, as she couldn't help but say, "So, a lot of these sports festival events are always normally just that of normal game events that you would see in other school festivals after all. So I guess that these are a lot more serious though." With then soon a girl with that of messy long green hair with that of sharp teeth couldn't help but say, "Seems like it, Kendo." With then soon Midnight speaking, saying, "In this event you'll be having that of teams up to 4, and they can be up to that of 2 to that of 4. You have to at least make sure that you're on a team though, so be prepared for that. You'll have that of a rider, that of a front horse, 1 back horse, or that of 2 back horses as well. Your main job is to basically take headbands off of your opponents to gain their points. And not only that, each placement that you take in this event will be based on the points that you gain. So the higher the points are, the more value your points is." Within hearing this, everybody couldn't help but realize that Midnight is right. That the higher that their placement is, the more points they'll have. Which means that even if they're in first place, they may have the most amount of points, but that could change once somebody gets that of their own points. But then soon, Midnight realized that they're thinking this too. She couldn't help but smirk in that of a seductive way, saying, "However, for first place though, we have that of a special requirement for them. Instead of being the points that they would normally get once making it to the second event and winning the first official one, their points would be around that of," within, pointing at that of the monitor, saying, 10 million. Within, seeing this, everybody couldn't help but be completely and utterly shocked. Within, Izuku couldn't help but have his jaw drop in a split second, saying 10 million! Within, many people around Izuku couldn't help but comment saying, so it doesn't even matter if we grab as many points. As long as we get that of the 10 million points, we'll be set the entire game. As for Izuku, who still basically looks completely and utterly shocked that he has this many points, as then he basically goes through that of multiple stages. First stage is shock. Second stage is anger. Third stage, annoyance. And the last stage, which most people would think that would be that of depression. However, the last stage for Izuku Midoriya, the reincarnation of Date Masamune, is pure and utter joy, as he can have that of a toothy smirk before then saying, "I'd be expected. I plan on being number one all my life, to be the best of the best, the strongest after all. It only makes sense that I would get this many points, and all eyes would be on me. Bring it on, you bastards. The one-eyed dragon is always ready to take on anybody that comes his way." As both One For All and his lightning ki crackles all across his body. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Love to read them. So, how did you guys like the event? Honestly, I wanted to basically try and make this a lot more interesting than, well, I've done before, actually. I always try and when I make that of the obstacle course race, I always make Izuku do it that of one-sided, basically making him show how badass he is. However, for this one, Izuku may be badass, but he's still Izuku Midoriya. So he basically takes things slowly and analyzes things ahead of time. The only time when he basically says screw caution to the wind is when he's basically pushed to his limit. And not only that, the rivalry between that of Izuku and Tokiyami is starting to begin, realizing that the both of them have their connection. So, if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to keep to date my videos on upload to the channel. Also, please check out my Discord, gaming channel, side channel, other channel, Patreon, and Cash App. All link in the description below. So, with all that said, this is Leon Mookie, signing out. Later, guys, and hope you all take care. Finish it off, Shiro.
Hi, everyone. This is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!